Hello everyone, myself Priyanka and I am here to explain you about objects and functions in JavaScript and the keywords let, where and constant and what is about modules in JavaScript. Coming to objects in JavaScript, objects are one of the most important data types in JavaScript. They are used to store and organize data in a structured manner. In JavaScript, everything is an object except primitive types like number, strings, etc. What are objects? Objects are collections of properties where each property is defined as key value pair. The keys are strings or symbols and the values can be any data type including functions, arrays and objects. Objects allow you to group related data and functionality together. Coming to properties and methods. Properties, these are the data stored in the object key value pairs. Methods, the functions that are stored as values of properties in an object. Method allow objects to perform actions. And there are some key features like dynamic nature. You can add, modify, delete properties at any time. This is meant by dynamic nature. And the nested objects. In nested objects, objects can contain another objects, allowing hierarchical or complex structures. In built-in methods, JavaScript provides methods like java.keys, parenthesis, and function and object.values function to interact with objects. Objects are essential for creating blueprint of real-world entities in programming. Here is the creation and access of an object with an example which want person.name in console as output or as hello. Person is an object with three properties: name, age and method greet. Person.name accesses the value of the name property. Person.greet function calls the method greet which outputs as hello. This. And coming to nested objects, employee has a nested object address to access the city property inside address with dot notation employee.address.city which outputs as New York. And adding, updating properties and deleting properties which comes under dynamic nature. What do you mean by functions in JavaScript? Functions are blocks of reusable code that perform a specific task. Functions make code modular, organized and easier to maintain. What are functions? Functions take inputs as parameters, performs an operation and may return an output. Functions are defined once and can be called or executed many times or multiple times. Why are functions important? They enable code reusability, avoiding repetition of logic. They make programs more modular and readable. They allow passing arguments, making the code flexible for different inputs. And there are many types of functions like function declarations, function expressions and arrow functions in this context. Coming to function declaration, this is the example code. Function declaration, these are standard functions declared with the function keyword and this is the function name. Function expression, a functions assigned to variables. In arrow functions, a modern and concise text for writing functions using equal to, greater than, and this keyword without a name often used as arguments. And the usage of functions declaration, here greet is a function declared using the function keyword. Calling dot greet executes the function and it prints as hello world. And in function expression, a function is assigned to a variable greet which used to call the function printing hello. And in arrow function, functions provide a shorter syntax with equal to, greater than replaces the function keyword and which outputs, calling the greet function outputs hello as output. In arrow functions, this does not bind to current value from the surrounding scope. And coming to differences between var, let, constant keywords. Coming to the scope of a variable keyword is a function scoped. A variable cannot declared with where is visible throughout the entire function. Where are hoisted to the top of their scope but are not initialized. With where can be declared within the same scope. Coming to let is a block scoped. It is only visible within the code parentheses, and let are hoisted but not initialized. Accessing them before declaration causes an error. Let cannot be redeclared in the same scope too. And coming to the constant keyword is a block scoped similar to let. Constant is used to declare variables whose value cannot be reassigned. However, for objects and arrays, the context can be modified. And the most key differences between these three are like var is a function scoped while let and const are block scoped, and the const keyword is used for constants where the variable cannot be reassigned. And the third, let is more commonly used for var than var due to stricter scoping. And these are the examples of each. Like this is the example for constant, and this is the example for let keyword, and this is the example for var keyword. Coming to JavaScript modules. What is JavaScript modules? Modules in JavaScript are used to organize and share codes across different files. Modules allow developers to split large programs into smaller and manageable pieces. What are modules? A module is in a JavaScript file contains reusable code. The code in one module can be exported into other and imported to other modules. Modern JavaScript uses the ES6 module system. Importance of modules. What is the importance? They help in maintaining cleaner and module code. Module make it easier to reuse code across different parts of a project. They improve maintainability and scalability of large applications. Coming to exporting, code in a module can be exported so it can be used in other modules. There are two types of exports: named export and default export. Named export. Export allows the code to be shared and imported into other files. Coming to default export default allows a single default export for this file. When importing, no curly braces are needed. Importing a code. Import is used to import specific named exports from a file. The import default export has no curly braces are required. That's it. Thank you for watching this.